Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv, hoping to take the besieged city. But Moscow also has Kiev in its sights, with landmarks attacked and a giant Russian military convoy now less than 30 kilometres from the capital.
In the Ukrainian capital, a missile strike, followed by another missile strike, and another missile strike. 3 surgical hits on a city in need of first aid. We've been shooting a report nearby when one flew straight over us. The blast, enormous, 5 killed. We visited the site as it was still burning.
It looks like the target was this TV tower. You can still see smoke rising from the base here. It's difficult to tell from here just how much damage was inflicted, but if they wanted to bring it down, they failed.
But it did knock out transmission from multiple television stations, an attempt, say Ukrainian officials, to cut off the country from communications so Russia can control the narrative of this war. A war being fiercely fought from the air and on the ground. A tank firing directly at buildings near Kiev with people inside. All that remains now, rubble. Moscow had warned Ukrainian civilians to leave big cities. This was one reason why. Kharkiv's Freedom Square late yesterday when freedom clearly came under attack. At least 10 killed and a government building decimated. This car was driving past as the missiles hit. Survival or death, just a matter of chance.
Ukraine every day. You should stop it. Immediately stop it.
But that is unlikely, it seems. Russia's assault on Ukraine is intensifying. It is brutal and deadly. And despite claims it's only going after military targets like this one in the northwest, these scenes in Kharkiv suggest otherwise. Hospitals, schools, residential buildings, all targeted. Why us? We're regular folks, this woman says. The country's president accusing Moscow of state terrorism for its bombardment of Kharkiv. But despite the bloodshed, Russians have underestimated the strength of Ukraine's resistance. This video has emerged from the first day of fighting. Local troops armed with donated Stinger missiles bring down a Russian helicopter.
Yes! Yes! Here in Kiev, more blackened evidence of another fierce firefight between locals and Russians. These are tank shells scattered by the dozen down this footpath, and over here, heavy vehicle, Russian, blackened and burned. It's scenes like these that leave Ukrainians rejoicing at the success of their military and volunteers. But the threat approaching from the north right now is far more serious.
Satellites watching the slow, terrifying progress of a 64-kilometre convoy of Russian tanks headed straight for the capital. Some in the city weren't waiting for their arrival, scrambling for trains headed out that were too full to take them all. Then, in the middle of this panic boarding, air raid sirens, as if they needed a reminder of why they were going.
Awful feeling.
Yeah.
Yes. But we don't have place.
You couldn't get on the train?
No.
It's mostly women and children, the dads and partners staying to help defend the city.
Afraid. Very afraid.
Where are you going to go to? Do you know where you're going?
I don't know.
There's a real sense of fear and foreboding here in Kiev in the knowledge that the Russian war machine is approaching. So many just want to get out, but there are only so many trains and too few seats.
But those who choose to stay are galvanized by Russia's aggression.
We won't give up on Ukraine. Putin is an idiot. I would rather die from starvation than be their slave.
A makeshift production line has been set up in one city basement as women sew camouflage nets for their troops. It's our duty. They die there for us, says this woman, while men line the streets to buy guns.
Russians kills little children, 5-6 years old, and we don't want it. We have to fight against it.
Ordinary Ukrainians willing to risk their lives to slow the invasion of their country. Even if it's a fight, they may be unable to win.
Let's go live now to our chief correspondent, Chris Reason in Kiev. Chris, you've just been forced to leave your hotel.
Yeah, Mark, we've got